welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee. Big game James Worthy is here. Tough Juice, Karan Butler. We have Allie Clifton. We got Mike Trudell down the hall. We got Brez. They are working the post game. The Heat get back in the series. I'll say this. The Lakers did not play well, but we're not going to use that excuse. The Heat deserved to win this game. They had a valiant effort, minus two of their better players in Bam and Goran Dragic. And hats off to Jimmy Butler. One for the ages. Third 40-point triple-double in NBA Finals history. Jerry West in 1969, LeBron James in 2015, Jimmy Butler tonight.
And I heard Mark Jackson say on the telecast as I was watching the game that Butler had to have this type of game. There was no way he could not have that type of game, play that type of minutes. And, you know, he begged the coach to put him back in, don't take him out. And it showed up because we have LeBron James, and Butler is Miami's leader. You know, there's something to be said about being up 2-0. You have to get over the subconsciousness of that you're up 2-0. If you don't get over that, you're going to get flat. And that's what the Lakers got. LeBron saw it at the end of game 2. He said, we played 3 good quarters, but he didn't like the way we finished. That same momentum carried over into the beginning of the game. They were flat. That gave Miami a little bit of momentum, a little incentive. Even though the Lakers overcame the lead, you know, this was the game they had to have, and they were a little bit more desperate tonight.
Says a lot about the leadership of the Miami Heat. You know, starting with Coach Spo, his soundbite after game 1 and 2 saying that, look, I don't care what no one says. We're still in this series. And then to follow up with the performance, Jimmy Butler echoing the same words that Spo had put out there. But then he followed it up with a call to action to go out there and play at a high level. 40-plus points. I mean, we haven't seen anything like that from a Miami Heat player. Clearly, you know, just single-handedly since Dwayne Wade in 06, how he just dismantled the Dallas Mavericks when he was averaging 34, 7, 3, and 2. And I think Jimmy Butler just took it upon himself to impose his will on this series and assert this astronomical performance. And I think the guys really followed and just supported him.
I feel like you also have to call out the Lakers in regards to, yes, being up 2-0. And LeBron said this in game 1 in the first quarter when they fell down 13. Remember, they went on that 19-3 run and kind of turned it around. And then from there, they won a 70-35 run. But LeBron said, until we matched their effort and their intensity in the first quarter, we were in big trouble. Same thing happened tonight. The Heat were desperate, as we talked about, and the Lakers did not match it. And they were playing catch-up the entire night. And you got to give the Heat credit. Every time the Lakers caught them, James, they would hit the big shots to go back up 10. The Lakers never looked like they were in rhythm. They struggled to get offense from some of their starters, some of the guys on the bench. Markieff was great. Kuz lit it up. But AD only 15 points. LeBron 23. You know, we know the stats. We give them every night. When those guys combine for 60, the Lakers don't lose. Tonight, they combine for 38.
Yeah, you know, AD getting in foul trouble didn't help. You know, he never got off to a start. Even when he came back in, he hit a few shots, but we didn't see the AD that we had in game 2. As you look at the turnovers, Geeter, turnover after turnover, 20 turnovers. Miami was able to get 21 opportunity points off of those turnovers. So, you know, foul trouble, not attacking, you know, thinking that you're up 2-0. Just because you're better and you know you're supposed to win doesn't mean anything if you don't go out and do it. So I'm sure they're going to look at this and not going to be happy with it because, you know, even though Butler had a great game, you know, they still, you know, found ways to let Miami stay in the game and beat them.
Yeah, I mean, credit Kelly Olynyk with 17 off the bench. Tyler Hero is a rookie. 17 points, who started 1 for 8 in this game. Hit some big shots down the stretch. Duncan Robinson, who was not drafted, scoring 13. So they had some big-time performances. And listen, the Lakers fell down a game to Portland, fell down a game to Houston, lost this same game to Denver, and every single time they've had to make an adjustment, and they've done that. Defensively, maybe the Lakers are going to show something different because right now, Jimmy Butler's a problem.
Yeah.
In the one-on-one situation.
Yeah, he's a huge problem, and I think that the Lakers are going to identify that. You're going to send more bodies at him. You're going to build a wall, make it a little difficult for him. But I think that one of the big problems that we have not talked about enough is, you know, a young player like Tyler Hero being in the playoffs for the first time, scoring double figures in every outing, And I think that he's starting to get his confidence. So you do not want a young player to get that type of confidence on this stage where he can go out there and just have these large impacts on the game. So I think the adjustment will be made on his part too.
Yeah, and you just gave them a little bit more confidence. You know, even though they think that, you know, they're without two of their main players, they still find out, you know, they can win a game if they can just keep pushing it and play hard. The Lakers are going to have to outplay them. You know, the Miami Heat are going to play hard, and you're going to have to match that effort. You're not going to win with your talent. So that's what they're up against right now.
Hey, I'll be honest with you guys. This game woke everybody up. I mean, let's be honest. The Lakers were kind of cruising through this series. There's no Bam. There's no Goran. The Heat haven't shown any signs of being able to compete with this team. Everyone on the national level, fans, everyone's saying it's a wrap. Everyone woke up tonight, James.
Absolutely.
And that's part of the fun, too.
You know, everybody woke up except for the Lakers. They didn't wake up. You know, they were kind of droggy the whole game. And, you know, they are going to have to make some adjustments on Butler, as they did against, you know, Harden, you know, Houston. Similar type situation. They're going to have to find a way to take the ball out of his hands. He can't be the decision maker with the shot clock running down, because he's going to make the right decision or he's going to score. So other guys played well, as you mentioned. Now they have confidence. They think they can get another one tied up in the bubble.
Never know.
Things can happen.
All right, let's get you to the highlights. We'll take you out to the bubble. LeBron James, 2-0 in the NBA Finals for the first time in his career. Lakers get ready to take on the Heat for Game 3. First quarter, lob to Dwight Howard. Lakers first one's on the board. Off the turnover, LeBron drives down the lane, contact, basket, make his free throw. But the Heat starting off strong. Myers Leonard from deep. Dwight late with the closeout. Heat take the 7-6 lead. Tyler Hero trying to challenge LeBron James. Big game.
Yeah, tracked him all the way to the cup. You know, LeBron will let you have the path to the bucket, but he's definitely going to block the shot, and that was a nice read over the top to Dwight Howard for the alley-oop, Geeter.
Past John Stockton for second in NBA career assists right there. It's a nice little thing to put on the resume. Jimmy Buckets getting it going early. Karan, a few minutes later, here he is off a driving layup.
A little talking of his own right now. I think Jimmy Butler just inserted himself early offensively, gave the Heat the confidence they need to have a realistic shot at winning this ball game.
Kuz. Butler, pump fake.
Oh.
Get some contact, fall away. 4 for 4 from the field. James, Markieff Morris.
Yeah.
Would have been nice to get this win with 19 points. He'd have been the hero.
Even ever since Vogel inserted him and given him more playing time, he's come up big. And Kuzma tonight, 19 points for Kyle Kuzma, Geeter. He played well, 4 of 8 from behind the three-point arc.
And there's Dave McMenamin saying whatever LeBron was chirping after the Lakers ended the quarter with a play, Kuzma 3 at the buzzer.